KWRD 1470, 98.5. Our Good Morning Texas program. And again, this morning, we talked some Wiseman Ministries and doing that here today with Cody and Steve. Greetings. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are y'all?
I'm doing great.
Steve, tell everybody, because I know you were here last time, but you didn't come in and be on the program. So I know you're here helping everybody out, but tell everybody when it comes to Wiseman Ministries what you're doing.
I am Stephen. Hello, everybody. I'm the director of operations for Wiseman Ministries. I do almost everything.
Okay.
A little bit of anything and everything. So
you're kind of over, as we found out last time, there's several different locations that do different things, and you're kind of over all those locations.
All of them. I'm everywhere, all the time.
Well, good then. You said enough already. Cody, what are you doing?
I'm the senior program director for Wiseman Ministries on the men's side. We have 3 locations. We have Wiseman Life Recovery here in Henderson. It's where our transition and later phase guys, later phase in our program, they come here and find outside work.
Yeah.
We have our House of Disciples in Longview. We have our guys that work at Gifts of Grace right there off 281 Loop.
Okay.
And our Isaiah 58 farm guys, that's in DeBerry. That's one of the biggest blackberry farms in Texas, and we have our hammer mill there where we turn wood shavings into cattle bedding. It gives the guys some purpose, when they come to us. A little bit about myself. I came to the ministry in 2019, February of 2019. I think Stephen and I both were in the program together. I came here homeless and broken, and Wiseman welcomed me in with open arms. And I started doing things that I never thought that I could do again, after being on the streets for so long.
So as we found out last time, Stephen, we found out last time, and we're finding out again this morning, just about everybody that is involved in Wiseman Ministries at whatever program level there is has been through the program.
For the most part, yes. There are very few exceptions, but seem to realize that this is experience you need to be able to do this kind of work.
Yeah.
And it really works out.
But for a lot of folks may or not even know the name and what it is and why it is and all that stuff. How did y'all find out? Or how did y'all run into Wiseman Ministries at some point in time in your past?
Actually, I heard about it from a friend that worked for his panel trust at the time, now Builder's First Source.
Sure.
Mr. Powers, big supporters of Wiseman Ministries, and I was having some issues, needed a little help with, and a guy I knew that worked there, and he was familiar with it, so he just told me about it. I made a phone call, and everything, the rest is history. So,
yeah. Cody, for you, how'd you get into it?
I hit my rock bottom, and I called my mom to come to help me. I was trying to find recovery. And we had no idea where to go. She took me to the emergency room. They gave me a list of resources, and this was one of the resources that was on the list.
Got this at the emergency room, huh?
Yes, sir.
How about that? You never know where you're going to get it, right?
Everywhere.
Okay.
But anybody that needs help, you can walk into any of our facilities, even Gifts of Grace, and we'll get you in the same day. We've got plenty of room.
And I'm assuming drugs, alcohol, something along those lines in your past?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
For you, for the folks who were here last time, for anybody that's in the program now, in all seriousness, how far off are you from falling off the wagon? Is it a daily thing?
I'm good. I've no problems at all right now.
Okay.
I mean, it took a long time. It's not an overnight thing.
Well, I didn't know if even at this stage of your life, if it's just a daily You know,
It's
you got to stay on track every single.
Stay on the
Yeah.
right track, yes.
Once
I think personally, I've reached that spot where I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, it's you got to live right daily. If you stop living right, you're gonna stop living right.
Yeah.
You've got to have the tools to be able to stay sober. That's the hardest thing, is learning what to do when something triggers you. I'm 6 years sober now, but it was a battle just about every day
Sure.
up until probably a year and a half ago. You have to stay connected. You have to continue to do the things you did to get sober.
Yeah.
And Wiseman teaches you that while you're here.
Okay.
And it's
And there is the men's and women's side of things, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. But Cody, you're handling the men's division of things.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now that out of those various locations, and I'm not sure if we quite got a handle on this last time we were talking to Wiseman Ministries. So, out of the various locations, do the folks who are in the program go to each location at some point in time in their recovery, or do they go to the Blackberry Farm and stay there?
We like to start them off at the farm if possible, but sometimes that doesn't work out because some people come to us with legal situations and they have to stay in a certain county. But we do have certain levels to it. If they want to get an outside job by their 9-month mark in the program, if they're doing well, they can move to our Henderson location, Wiseman Life Recovery, and start pursuing outside work and earning a paycheck. So it's not necessarily they go to each one, but usually the landing spot they want to be at is here in Henderson.
Okay. And once they get here, I'm assuming that you guys have had to establish some kind of relationship with business owners and the workforce
We do.
to help these folks get that job.
We have quite a few businesses in the community that support us and welcome the guys that come up. Just a few of them. We have a sawmill outside of town, Good Springs Lumber, the Hormel, which was Sadler's Barbecue,
Sure.
Builder's First Source, of course. I mean, we do have a lot of businesses that support us and really take our guys in and help them out.
And when your guys get a job and take that job, is it always a temporary job, or are they there as long as they can handle the work?
Their job as long as they want it. I mean, it's just like hiring anybody off the street. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just their job, and we help them. In Henderson, we help them. We give them rides. We help them pack a lunch. Get them started, and then try to train them to. Try to teach them. I guess not train them. That sounds bad, but teach them to kind of carry it on their own, because a lot of these people have kind of lost that habit. They need to get back into the
Life skills.
life skills, right?
Yeah.
So we help give them lunches, give them rides to work, make sure they get where they need to go. Give them a warm place to sleep and a warm meal so they can get there the next day. So I mean, we really try to help them get back on track.
Well, and I know you say it's kind of odd to say, but between training and habits, good habits, bad habits, routine, whatever it is, however you want to look at it, that's kind of it, though, isn't it? Is get back into a trained routine and go down the right path.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings me to something else. I think they talked a little last time about the resale stores and the car wash. Soapy King right down the road. We would try to incorporate work therapy into the program. So before they're actually go get their job on their own, we give them skills, try to teach them how to work and be responsible again. Of course, that helps to support everything we do. All this costs a lot, of course.
Sure.
So just want to throw out a couple of things we're doing in Henderson. If nobody's heard, we are doing some good major upgrades to the Henderson Food Pantry, previously known as PALS. The resale store there is getting a major upgrade, so please, if you're on Jacksonville Drive, close to McDonald's, swing by and check us out. We should also have another store in Henderson on 259, just not even a quarter mile from the radio station. We should start working on that pretty soon. So before the end of the year, it should be open. It'll be Gifts of Grace in Henderson, as well as the car wash. And like Cody said, at I-58 Farms, they have the hammer mill and the blackberry farm. So any support we could get, much appreciated. Come by and see us and check us out. And if anybody wants to donate or volunteer, just ask us how.
Okay. Speaking of support and all that kind of stuff, when you say Wiseman Ministries, any church affiliation at all?
Mm-hmm. We are affiliated with a few churches in the community. All the churches in this community support us a bunch. We've been real blessed. So I can name a few, but to lay it out there: Cowboy Church, Bar None, First Baptist. We have much support from all the churches, so we really appreciate that.
All right, now Cody, you found out about it at the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
How do folks today find out about this and come to you or make that first call or make that first contact with y'all? How do they do that most of the time?
So most of the time they call our office, but we have an email, which is info@wisemanministries.com. You can contact us through there, and I get with them pretty quick. We also have our social media, our Facebook and TikTok. It's Wiseman Ministries for Facebook, and same thing for TikTok.
Okay.
Our office number is.
It's right there on the tip of his tongue.
Yeah,
I know it's bad.
It's 903-234-8017. Again, that's 903-234-8017. And all we have to do is a quick background check, and we get you in the same day. And this program is free to get into. That's why we have these work therapies. So it really helps us out if people come get a car wash here at Soapy King.
Is it safe to say that you help anybody you can, or do you sometimes have to tell somebody, this is not the program for you, but we can point you in the right direction?
We try to help everybody that we can. There's only one thing that really keeps someone out, and that's sexual assault. We don't allow that into our facility, but we will point them in the right direction. And if this program doesn't work for you, we have contacts for several different facilities that we can point people in the right direction, as long as they're getting help.
Yeah.
That's what the main goal is.
Okay. So if you can help them out, you will. But if not, you've got other contacts to pass them on down the road and get them in the right place.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Very good. That's always important. I mean, there's a lot to it, obviously.
Right. Yes, sir.
But anything in particular coming up during the holiday time, or is it for you guys kind of the same all year long as far as what you're trying to do and all that kind of stuff?
Well, like I say, we are busy. We got a lot going on with the food pantry, upgrading the one resale store and getting ready to start the new one. Slow time of year at the car wash, Soapy King. So any support we can get from y'all, come by and see the ladies. Let them take care of you. Besides that, like you mentioned, the churches, they're supporting us, feeding these guys at Christmas. Giving them good Christmas dinners and everything's going great.
But the main thing, I guess, to stress here, that it is a program.
Yes.
And there's a strategic reasoning for everything y'all do. It's not like a shelter. It's not a homeless shelter.
Right. It's not a shelter.
It's not temporary in and then you're back out, come and go as you want.
It is a life recovery program for anybody that has any life controlling issues. It's not a rehab. It's not a homeless shelter. It is anybody that's got any problems and needs any kind of help.
Yeah.
we have some way to help.
You're a good first call for them.
And it's not. I mean, I know Wellaby mentioned it was a 12-month program, a year-long program.
It's a lifelong program.
It's lifelong. I mean, if you're there until you're ready to go.
But that first year, at least,
Right.
by then, you ought to be pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, point you in the right direction.
Yeah,
we have people that have been with us
for years,
and people that probably won't leave. They're comfortable, they're safe, they're
Or they can
secure, and they can
end up in a position like you guys have.
if they
Absolutely.
if they feel like they
You're-
are called to help, like I think we were both called, then we'll find a place for them.
Yeah, went through the program and know it's forwards and backwards and up and down, and so now y'all can go around to all the different locations and kind of oversee things.
Right.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Very good. Cody, anything else you have for us this morning?
No, sir. I want to thank you for letting us come on. We really appreciate this time that you've given us.
Oh, well, you're certainly welcome. Steve, anything else for you? You got folks lined up to come back again here in the near future?
We will be. I will have somebody here next Tuesday, I believe, also. So, any questions you can think of between now and Tuesday, let us know.
Well, I'll think of that. I don't know. Dakota, you got anything back there? Now that if we find out that you've had us live on something this morning.
Live on TikTok.
Live on TikTok.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was still a thing.
Yeah, I've got some questions you can ask.
Well, good. That's good. I always need questions from Dakota back here. Guys, I appreciate y'all coming in here this morning. Seriously.
Thanks
a lot. Thank you.
Thank y'all
Thank you,
for
Mark.
doing this. We continue on here this morning. So, Good Morning Texas program. This is KWRD 1470 98.5.